Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon once again. As per your respective time zones, on behalf of entire managed services team, we'd like to welcome you all to this 23A Workforce Management and Payroll Advisory webinar session. This important session is to keep you fully synchronized with the new features and functionalities as a part of this quarter release, which Oracle provides. My name is Hardik Patel. I'm an operations manager here at Mastek Managed Services team. Today, I'm your host for this session. I'm glad to introduce my colleague, Atul Agarwal, who's part of our vast HCM team at Mastek UK. Today, he'll talk us through all the workforce management and payroll updates for 23A quarter release. Today's session is planned for around 45 to 60 minutes, and we'll make sure that we spend some time to answer any questions you may have. Before we move to the agenda, let's have a quickly look at the important disclaimer. We would like to convey our approach towards Oracle updates in a very simpler method. We'll be taking you through vital analyses for the 23A updates done by our experts, which will help you incorporate new features and updates easily into your system. We'll also sync you on any known bugs or issues if there are any. It's good to have an interactive session, so please do ask questions through chat or question panel, and we'll be happy to answer them during the session, as we have a panelist, Neil Puri, available with us. And if we run out of time, we'll reach out to you even at a later stage by an email or if at all needed. This is to give you a glimpse on how we have created the structure of this session. So the first thing what you see is list of new features coming to 23A and detailing on features, so you got brief understanding on what new features are all about. Next one is what are the business benefits and important takeaway for you as a decision maker. There are 4 components where we have done in-depth analysis of the features which we are going to present to you today. The first one is impact level analysis, which demonstrates the impact on the end user. If it's a low impact, then regression testing can be avoided. If it's a high impact, then we need to opt for regression testing. And second one, which we all are aware, there are some features which are by default auto-enabled by Oracle and some which we need to opt for. And the third one, what you see right there, is the highlights the nature of the feature. There will be certain configuration which may be required and some can be used without any changes. And the last one, that you see on the screen is quick coin. This term we used to simply convey that what is ready to use by investing minimum amount of time and what requires significant amount of time and efforts to make use of this feature. We're not going to take more time. Before I hand it over to my colleague to begin for today's session, would like to note down which industry your organization belongs to. If you don't mind fitting on the screen, please. Thank you so much for the polls, and we'll be closing the poll now, and immediately my colleague will begin for today's session. So we'll be closing poll now. Here we go. And now, Atul, please can you unmute yourself and start for today's session? The stage is all yours. Thank you. We can't hear you, Atul, if you're speaking. Nope, we can't hear you clearly. Could you please check your headphone jack, and Rahul, if you can also reconfirm.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are now. Sorry for the inconvenience all. I think we can all hear it till now. Please go ahead.
Perfect. Okay. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Let's start our presentation. We are going to see all the new enhancement that Oracle has got us in workforce management and payroll for 23A. Perfect. So we are going to show you all the new features that are available. So in total in this presentation, we are showing you 32 new features that Oracle has delivered in this 23A. We are classifying them in the quick wins and the rest. Quick wins, as we have discussed, these are those configurations that can quickly enable. And then the rest are those configurations which are provided by Oracle, but they require slight enhancement or slight configurations for us. Let's see in the next slides what are these configurations and how they can benefit us. We are going to start with the quick wins, and here we are going to show you all those configurations which are provided by Oracle by default and they don't require any configurations for us. Let's move to the first configuration that Oracle has provided. The first thing that Oracle has provided to us in this PPT is they have given us a new HDL template for loading public holidays. So all the calendar events that we were earlier loading through manual activities, now they have provided a HDL template. So if we have a lot of public holidays, we can use this HDL data loader. So this data loader is now available. We can use this data loader to load our files. This we have categorized as a high impact because a lot of time globally we have a lot of holiday calendars that we need that we update. So if a multi-country implementation is there, there is a lot of holiday calendar that is updated. This will give you a flexibility to now load it much faster through HDL rather than a manual activity. Moving to the next enhancement. This is a time change request enhancement. Here, Oracle has provided us a team change request form or a page where managers can review as a whole any time entry changes or approvals that are available with them. With this new page, now managers has a complete new view of time and labor where they can quickly approve or reject any transactions which are available to them. These are time and labor related changes. Moving on to now absence related changes that has come up in this 23A release. This is accrual process recognition of reduced balance limit. Now, Oracle has enhanced their tool where if an employee is changing from full-time to part-time and there is a ceiling limit rule which should also be changed, where the accrual should be changed based on the ceiling limit. Now the system is able to accrue based on those changes. So this enhancement will cater us or will have exact accrual that we are requiring. So this is a good enhancement. If you have any such processes, now Oracle has given you flexibility to do those changes automatically rather than a manual change. So these accruals will now be automatic based on your status change from full-time to part-time. Now, again coming to our absence change that Oracle has taken, which is security uptake for recent search option. Earlier, what used to happen in these pages, if a manager has recently searched for some employees, they used to automatically get displayed here. There are chances that at the time when the manager has searched those employees and the time now when he's again searching that employee might not be in his security or in his hierarchy. He might have moved to some other hierarchy. But because that employee was visible in this list of value in the search for a person page, uh, still that manager was able to open that employee record, which was a security restriction, which was a security breach. Oracle has handled that breach now, and we are now more security compliant here. So this is again a good enhancement for absence that Oracle has taken, which is now making us more secure compliance. Now moving on to global payroll sections. What are the changes that has come to the global payroll? One important change that has come up are in the professional pages, where Oracle has introduced a effective date section. For example, in payslip section, as you can see in the screenshot also now, there is an effective date column that is added. Now, based on this date, all the relevant payslips will be displayed. So in our current example, all the payslips, or the last 3 months payslip as of this date will be displayed. So if we change this state and we do our search, then this page will display relevant payslips. Same type of changes have been applied on three more pages, that is person results page, third party person management page, and process information group page. So this is an enhancement. A field is added and it gives us much more flexibility while searching, and it gives us only those results which we are expecting. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat and we will respond to you on that. Moving forward, again in the global payroll section, we have a very good enhancement that is now available for our payroll managers. In our new responsive pages, which are mobile friendly, Oracle has made some changes in the last release. In those releases, when a payroll is run, payroll manager wants to see the payroll balance results. He has to view those balances manually, and there was no option to extract those balances automatically to Excel. Now, with this release, Oracle has provided an export button where you can click on export and your payroll balances would be taken up in the Excel file where you can easily analyze the results. So this is a very good enhancement for our payroll managers. It will make their life much easy. On the same lines, there are new changes that has been done on the payroll run result pages also. Again, when the payroll is run, if the payroll manager wants to check any payroll results, the export button was earlier not available. So he has to scroll down, up and down to verify all those payroll entries or the payroll elements that are paid to that employee. Now with this release, with this export button, they can easily export this file to Excel and then they can do their uh, analysis. So this enhancement will surely give more flexibility to our payroll managers. Another enhancement that Oracle has done in the global payroll section is uh, there is a value-based criteria logic that Oracle is using now in a lot of their standard calculations. Here now Oracle has introduced to use calculation type as text. So now you can create a value-based criteria of the type text and you can enter any characters there. This is again an enhancement which we can use uh, to fetch text results in your fast formula, and you can build rules based on text now. So this is also an enhancement that your payroll team, a payroll implementation team can now use to support text features. Another change in the global payroll section that we have found is there is a compile formula program that is available. That process Oracle has enhanced for our further use. They have now provided us various parameters which we can use to compile our formulas. Example, they have given us three new parameters: status, scope, and multi-threaded. If I take a simple example, if we want to only compile those formulas which are not compiled, then now I can choose status as not compiled and I can compile all those formulas which is not compiled. It saves us time. Another common use can be multi-threaded approach. We can now compile those formula in a multi-threaded manner, which will enable us to compile these payroll formulas much quicker. So these additional parameters can also be used by our payroll managers to compile our formulas after any enhancement that Oracle has done. Now, uh, now again, this is the global payroll related changes that Oracle has done, which is adjust individual balance. In this responsive pages, Oracle has now provided us the ability to adjust balances, not for just one balance. Earlier, Oracle was only allowing us to adjust one balance at a time. Now with this new feature, Oracle is allowing us to adjust more than one balance at a time. This we have categorized as a very high impact uh, change that Oracle has taken, because we have seen that payroll managers want to adjust multiple balances at a time. Earlier, they were doing it multiple times, but now in one screen only, they will be able to do all those changes. So this is a good enhancement that Oracle has provided in their new responsive pages, or I can say mobile pages. So use this feature from 23A. Moving on now. They have made further changes. Oracle has made further changes in global payroll section. They have enhanced their quick pay processes. And what they have enhanced in the quick pay is there are various times when we as a payroll manager, we have faced some issue and Oracle, we have raised an SR with Oracle, a service request with Oracle. Oracle requires us to provide various logs. Earlier, we used to do a lengthy process. We used to create an object group of an employee, then we used to run their payroll. But now with this quick pay, they have provided a new parameter here, which is process configuration group. You can directly take an employee, provide the process configuration group, and you can get the logs that is provided by Oracle. So this is a very desired feature. It was asked for a long time with Oracle, and they have now delivered this. So take maximum use of this, and it will save a lot of time for our payroll managers. Moving on, we have further changes that has come to the global payroll section. These are calculation entry additional field. What these are? In these responsive pages, when we go to standard entry or the calculation entry pages, earlier there was no bifurcation of what type of element is available. By type, it's the entry type. For example, is the element coming because of the balance adjustment? Or is the element or if the element is coming from the element entry, or the element is coming from the salary source. So those types of details were not available here. But now Oracle has made changes to these pages and these extra fields are available. So it gives us much more flexibility to understand what type of entries are available for us to process. So this is again a change in global payroll, and we have categorized it as a low impact change, which we can directly use once 23A is available for us. Moving on now to UK payroll part. In the UK payroll, Oracle has updated their P60 templates. This P60 end of year statement for tax year 2022 and 23, Oracle has updated the templates based on HMRC guidelines. So now we are fully compliant with the HMRC guidelines. And when we are now releasing P60s, it will be compliant with the new enhanced formats that HMRC has introduced. So we can use this new P60 templates, and it's a high impact change that Oracle has taken. We have provided you a reference link. This PPT would be shared to you later. You can use this and you can go to this link and you can see the further details. Moving on to the P45 processes. In the P45 flow, error and warning report. This is again a UK payroll specific changes that Oracle has introduced. In this P45 flows, now Oracle has given us an error and warning report, which will list us all the anomalies that is found during the process. So now it will be easier for payroll managers to identify why the P40 process is going into error or a warning, and they can take necessary step. Again, we have provided you Oracle reference. You can go and you can verify, and you should utilize this feature now going forward. The next change is also for the UK payroll, and these are for those who has implemented benefit in kind payrolling in their implementation or in their organization. So if you have implemented benefit in kind and you are using not reporting but payrolling. So by payrolling, I means you are calculating all these values through a payroll process, then this feature is for you. If there is any mid-month change or any termination that is happening, now the Oracle system is compliant to handle those calculations based on proration. So if there is any benefit in kind, like car and car fuel allowance you want to pay, and it's on a pro rata basis, system will be able to calculate the correct amount possible. So now you don't need to make any manual interventions. System is capable to calculate the correct amount that should be paid in the benefit in kind section. So this is again a very high impact level changes that Oracle has brought up, and we should be further utilizing this. Okay, moving forward, again a UK payroll changes that Oracle has introduced here. They have given us P11D audit report. They have enhanced this P11 audit report, and now they have given us extra columns in this report, which includes person number and payroll relationship number. So now in the audit report, when you will download it, you will find you will be easily able to identify the employee in your organization based on the person number or the payroll relationship number. That will again be a great enhancement and a time saving task for our payroll managers. They can now utilize this enhanced audit report for P11D to verify what things are coming in P11D. We have again provided the reference. Please go through these links to get more details about these new changes. Again, for the UK payroll, Oracle has given a long-term weighted solution, which is court order processing fee override. A lot of organizations were asking that we want to override the processing fee on employee level rather than on a organization level. Now Oracle has provided us an option. They have provided us a new input value, which is processing fee override amount at employee level. Now, if we want to change the override or the fee amount for each employee also, system is giving us a flexibility to charge the amount. So based on your organization needs, you can now charge different fee amount for different court orders, and you have the flexibility to use this override on employee level now. So this is again a good enhancement that Oracle has provided, and now we can utilize these court order enhancements. Moving forward to US payroll now. In US payroll, we have got a couple of changes in some of the reports. The first of the changes, regional pay data report enhancement. So in this regional pay data report enhancement, we have got some changes based on California requirements. So those changes has been provided by Oracle, and now this report is more compliant based on what state of California requires. So utilize this report again, enhanced report for your US payroll. Moving on. In this regional pay data report, Oracle has made further changes. Now this report does not require the contact information to be mandatory. Oracle has now made this contact information optional. So if you have made this, if you have chosen as a parameter contact information as optional, this contact details will no longer be printed on this pay data report. So you can again use this report for the US payroll. Moving forward to the US payroll section again, we have new hire state electronic report enhancement. This enhancement is done for Ohio. So based on Ohio requirements, now this report is enhanced, and it's giving you all the details which Ohio requires. So now this report is compliant with the legislative requirement, and you can use this report for your further use. So that was our section where Oracle has provided you some of the quick win features that you don't even have to do any configurations. You can directly go and utilize these features. I will take a pause for a minute. If there are any questions, Neil, you want to answer, you can answer it. Otherwise, I will move forward then. Perfect. Now coming to some of those features that Oracle has introduced, where we need to do some of the configurations. So let's start seeing all those features where Oracle has given us some configuration changes which we can use. So the change that Oracle has given us this time is in the global payroll section. There is a RETROPAY late hire addition. So there is a RETROPAY process that Oracle has delivered couple of releases back. Now they have enhanced this section. There will be some configuration that is required. So if you do those configurations, earlier what used to happen is if we are not creating, if we have created a late hire when the payroll is already run and we have not given any new element entries to that employee, then the retro was not calculating automatically. We have to make one change to that employee after that is hired. But with this new enhancement of Oracle, now you don't even need to worry about that. You hire an employee, you provide that salary at the runtime, that's all fine. Automatically, system will be triggering the retro processes. This is a great enhancement, and if we are if we have enabled this late hire features in the organization, we should plan to make changes or to enhance this feature. This will remove some of our efforts from our payroll team where they have to uh, verify if this late hire trigger has been processed or not. With this new enhancement, this process will be completely automated. So this is the feature that required some of the configurations. Now we will move to opt-in features. So these are some of the features that Oracle has provided, which you need to opt in if you require. So what are these features? Let's quickly verify all those features that Oracle has provided to us. In the time and labor space, Oracle has given us a few changes or few opt-ins that we can do. So first good change that Oracle has given is a web clock geological introduction. So what this web clock geological introduction is? So for all those organizations which has implemented OTL or they are using OTL product of Oracle and they are using web clocks to note the time. Now what Oracle has done is once you note the time through web clock, it will tell the payroll, the time and labor managers that how this time is recorded. Is this time recorded through a desktop app, through a mobile? Mobile also it will tell you is it mobile offline or mobile online. With that, it will also give you the latitudes and longitudes. There are some exceptions to this. For example, if you are VPN, then Oracle will not be able to give you the correct location. But still, if you're not using VPN, then this feature will be used to track from where the employee are locking their time. Moving on to the new feature that Oracle has provided. These are the web clock logic enhancement. So web clock button logic enhancement. So what they have done is they have given some options by which we can reduce the number of buttons we need to press to configure a layout. So when our implementation team or your new layouts we are creating for OTL, with this enhancement, there will be a reduced number of pages that the person will see and automatic defaults will be taken in this page. So this will be some enhancement we have categorized it as a low enhancement that will come up. Now the coming feature that we are going to talk is a very good feature that Oracle has introduced and this was required for a long time in OTL. And the feature is web clock missing in enhancement. So there was a lot of time when people were using this web clock to enter their punch in, punch out times and all. Earlier, when the person is trying to go for a opt out, system is now checking is the punch in actually entered in the system. If the punch in is not entered, then Oracle is prompting users to correct that entry. Users is the prompt is saying that you have a missing punch in. Do you want to enter that punch in? So with this enhancement, Oracle is giving a warning to the employee that you have something missing in your time entries, please correct it. This option, we would have correct entries in the system and we would have very less issue for the payroll managers to handle. So the exceptions will be now reduced for the payroll managers. Good enhancement. Use this enhancement for your OTL managers to have minimum exceptions in the OTL. Moving on to our next enhancement that Oracle has provided. This is for the global payroll. Now what they have done is they have included the payroll details in the change assignment approval notifications. So if there is any assignment change notifications that are coming, they will now have access to the payroll data also. This was again a requirement that was asked for a long time. So if you have such a requirement, you can now enter the payroll details also in your approval notifications. So use this feature of Oracle now. In the global payroll part, the next opt-in that Oracle has provided is ability to record costing information as a part of global transfer. Oracle has Oracle is continuously enhancing its global transfer feature from every release. In this release, what Oracle has done is when you are doing global transfer, it is now giving you an option to provide this person level costing or the assignment level costing with this global transfer. What this will do is at the time of transfer only, we will provide all the relevant assignment level overrides or the person level overrides for that employee, and those transactions will not be missed. So proper costing information will be passed to the GL, and finance team will be able to report these costs correctly. So this is again a good change that Oracle has provided. And if you are using global transfers, then now this option is available for you to opt in. Okay, moving forward. Now we have categorized, we have got all other features that Oracle has provided as a quick wins, as an opt-ins that you can opt in, or there are some configuration that is required. So we have categorized all this. Then there are some features which falls in different categories. For example, this time and labor. We have another enhancement that Oracle has done, and now it is checking if there is a missing out entry in the previous day or the previous days. So now when you are doing a punch in, and if the system identifies that a punch out or the entry are missing for the punch out of the previous day, then the system is again throwing a warning to that user and telling them that the previous punch out entry was missing or it's incomplete. It's again asking the user to complete those details. So this will again reduce our time and labor errors, and exceptions will be reduced for the payroll manager to handle. Moving on to the global payroll section. We have further enhancement change that are done in the value defined by criteria section. Now in the value defined by criteria section, Oracle has provided us multiple values that we can use in the payroll run. Earlier we were able to use only one value at a time, but now if we have a requirement to capture multiple values in one value definition, we are able to use it. We have calculation type override where there's a value identifier. Use this value identifier, and in one UDT, you can store various different amounts based on this identifier. So if you have such a requirement, use this enhanced feature of value defined by criteria, where you can now use multiple values based on an identifier. Moving forward, again, a global payroll changes that Oracle has taken up. This is related to auto completion rule. So Oracle has provided us an enhancement or new auto completion rules for time card required and overtime period fields within the HR flows. Now there are a lot of time requirements for time card. So there is a time card required, overtime period fields available on various payroll and assignment level objects. Now Oracle has provided you auto completion rules to auto enable or auto enter this time card required and overtime period on these pages. So if you want to automate your system further, use this auto completion rule to set up your time cards to time card required and overtime period fields. This feature will give you more automation and it will reduce the number of clicks that the HR managers or the payroll managers have to do. Moving on to our next enhancement that Oracle has provided. This is for the UK payroll, and we personally would rate it as the major change, one of the major change that Oracle has done. These are for LGPS calculations. So for all local government pension schemes, earlier payroll system was not able to calculate the employer contribution correctly when the employee was going on a reduced payment because of sickness or maternity. Now, what Oracle has done is Oracle has given us this flexibility now that if there is a reduced pay because of sickness and maternity, Oracle system will be able to calculate the assumed pensionable pay correctly by prorating it correctly, and the calculation will now be complying to our LGPS requirement. This was a major hurdle uh, for any local government client where this local government pension schemes was implemented. They were managing these changes manually to report it correctly. But now with this new enhancement that Oracle has provided, Oracle system will now be compliant, fully compliant with this LGPS requirement. So if you have this LGPS, plan to implement this. It is a feature that would require changes to your configurations. So do a thorough testing and implement it. Moving on. There is no major OTBI enhancement that Oracle has done in this. So we will move forward to our newer slides. Now coming to the known issues. So we have seen all the new features that Oracle has provided, but we also should be knowing all those known issues that are there in the system, and if there is any workaround, what are these workaround? So let's see what are the known issues that are there in this new release also. So the first known difference is absence OTBI subject area hides certain absences for multiple assignment employees. So when there is a when there's a multi-assignment case and we are recording absence for it, then if we are doing reporting on this absence subject area, then certain absences are not displayed in our OTBI subject area. So the reasons are uh, when a person is having a multi-assignment absences and they are assigning that absence on a personal level, then this issue is found. So what Oracle is mentioning is that whenever you are creating any absence till a complete fix is available, you enter those multi-assignment cases absences by going into the advanced mode. So that system will be able, or OTBI reports if you are using, will be able to correctly report the data. We have provided you Oracle reference number also, and this issue is not just new for 23A. It was a continuous issue or a continuing issue from our previous release. So just be certain that if you are doing anything like this, that's a workaround that Oracle has suggested for now. Oracle reference number also, for some of the cases where we feel that you might be requiring more details, we have provided Oracle reference number. So go and refer these Oracle references. Now, another known issue that is there is HCM calendars can't display overlapping resource. So if in your organization you have such a case where you are applying exceptions to one employee on the same level, multiple exceptions on that same employee on the month level or on the at the same level, then our HCM calendar will not be able to correctly display it. And as per Oracle, they are saying there is no workaround for this, and they are saying there should not be any reason to enter multiple resource exception for same employee. So currently, Oracle is telling you avoid these types of cases in your organization creating it. They are not giving you any direct warning or an error message to stop this for now. Moving forward, a time and labor related known issue that is available. So there are responsive pages and there are classic pages. So responsive pages are the new pages that Oracle has delivered, which can be used on the mobile application or your tablets. So in these responsive pages, there is a configuration that normally in OTL everybody is having, which restricts the users to access a time card which is way back or way forward. So for example, there might be a restriction that employee cannot enter or cannot view their time cards after a month or 5 months earlier. So all those types of restrictions, if we apply in our configurations, classic pages will show you correctly what you are expecting. But in responsive pages, these restrictions that we apply, that we can only see time cards before 30 days or we can't see time cards before 30 days, these are not applied in the responsive pages. So currently, this issue is not fixed and Oracle is trying to fix this issue. So just for your understanding, if you are using responsive pages, then this is a known issue and Oracle is working on it right now. Okay. Moving forward to our global payroll section. Uh, this I will just move quickly. Uh, if we have configured our payroll flow and we have used submit another task, then here it's just a visibility issue that is there. So if we have chosen an option of a rollback, then what system is showing us is succeeded. But actually what we are expecting is it should show the status as rollback. So that is a known issue and currently there is no workaround for this. So statuses are shown incorrectly in the payroll process flow. Uh, that is not corrected in this release. It will be corrected in the future release as per Oracle. Moving on, in the global payroll section, automated element entry issue when using worker through HCM data loader. So when we are going into the new implementations and we are loading the worker data through HCM data loader, and we are loading historical records for the assignment transactions. In those cases, if there are any automatic element entries, they are not getting created automatically. That's a known issue. So it is still there. A workaround is there. When we load the HCM data, we need to check through our report that all the employees who are active, they have this automatic element entry available. If it is not available, please add it through element entry HCM data loader. So that's a current workaround that we have to use. Moving on to global payroll section only. Incorrect warning message appears during duplicate bank account entry. So when we are entering a bank information for payment through payroll, and a person has entered the same bank detail twice. So currently the message that system is giving is these details already exist and owned by another person. Do you want to become a joint owner? So this is actually not another person, this is actually the same person, but the error message is different. So still there is no workaround for this error message. So we have to educate our users to understand that they have given the same details. So they have to delete the detail manually. In this data loader task results also, there are some known issues that are available. Like when we go to data loader task result, then we are not able to see all the data or all the results of this task status. So the workaround for this is so the workaround is available. They are saying that the recommended navigation. is to access this page from the checklist, go to view flow task, and then choose your data exchange area. If you go through this navigation, then you will be able to correctly drill down to your HDL processes, what you have run and what are the employees that is processed in that HDL run. So again, this issue is tracked in our Oracle reference incident, and this is a previous known issue for us. Moving forward to the global payroll section only. This is again a visibility issue more and an education issue and an education thing that we need to do, or we need to educate our users. If there is a critical error in any of our processes, then currently we have to ask our user to stop that process at that time. We want our user to roll back that process and correct that critical error and then move forward. Currently, what is happening is this is the expectation we have from Oracle. But what right now is happening, if the process is going into the error, system is allowing us to skip and move to another related flow process. This is not what we want. If our first process is in error, we don't want further process to run. So currently, there is no workaround for this. We have to train our users to handle these situations in a correct manner. We don't want our trainers, or we don't want our payroll managers to continue if there is any critical errors. We want them to first correct it and then move to the other related processes. Another thing is, for the global payroll, not able to create events using cost allocation DEO. So currently there is no provision from Oracle that if there is a cost change to an element, then there will be proration and retro. Oracle is not giving this feature, so please don't use this event cost allocation DEO for your proration and retroactive. Oracle is not supporting this till now. Moving forward, when we are using global transfer and we are using autocomplete feature, then there are known issues in this autocomplete. So we suggest, if you have any such requirement that you want to use autocomplete for automating your requirements for the global transfer process, we recommend you to not use this feature till the time Oracle fixes it. If you have critical urgency, then please check with Oracle first before implementing this autocomplete feature in global transfer objects. This is a known issue that's happening. So let's handle this carefully. In another issue that is available is in responsive pages for the payslip, the SmartNav is not working. The smart navigation is not working. So for example, if you are on a professional payslip page and you want to move to other pages of that employee from the three dots, then those things are not working correctly. So as a workaround, we have to go back and we have to go to our payroll dashboard area. And from there, we have to select the relevant actions like element entries or any other person-in-person information or anything. But right now in the professional pages, SmartNav is not working correctly. So these are some of the common things that have come up, or these are the changes that is there. Now moving to our next part, where we are mentioning you all those replaced or removed features that are there. So currently, right now, there is nothing that is removed from Oracle in 23A, but there are some older reports like run payroll costing report, run payroll activity report, run statutory deduction report, and run payroll register report. Now the Oracle will not be doing any enhancement to these old reports. Oracle has already delivered us new reports which contains latest payroll process. So we have like run payroll register report for the latest process. Use those reports. And from 23D, Oracle will be decommissioning these reports. So that's the change that Oracle is doing. But right now, there is nothing that is getting removed from 23A. These are some of our replace and remove feature. And now I will pass this to Hardik for any Q&As if there are any. Hardik, over to you.
So thank you, Atul, for the wonderful insights today. Thank you once again, and thank you everyone for patiently listening to us. Before we move to Q&A, would like to do one more very quick poll, wherein if you can please tell us your area of interest, whether it's innovation, technology innovations, or managed services, or value-based analysis, or Glide 4.0. If you need any information on any of these, you can also reach out to our support managers or the service manager. We can also arrange one-to-one session if at all needed. Whatever the help we can, we'll be happy to arrange that for you. Meanwhile, can you check, Neil, if you have any question you want to speak it, or you want to take it up at a later stage on a one-to-one email? Let me know if you would like to speak here. We can take that up.
So, Hadik, the questions in the chat box have been answered. If there are any further questions that we receive, we can answer via emails.
Okay, thank you so much, and we'll be closing the poll now. And yeah, so no more questions, you could say. And so before you all leave us, we'd like to keep you informed that we have some upcoming session benefits and compensation coming in tomorrow. Then finance, supply chain, inventory and order management, project portfolio management, PPM session is also there. Also, we'll be sending you a presentation on a single click, which will be available to you from your email itself. We'll be also sending a recording along with the test scripts for in terms of HCM sessions, and that will be available to you by this weekend with a single click. So please look out for an email. So that was about it. And again, if you have any questions related to the session, please do reach out to us. And before you all leave us, kindly rate us on the scale of 1 to 5 on the overall experience of today's session. Your feedback will help us improving going forward. Thank you so much for the poll, and we'll be closing the poll now. And we'll have a just very, very, very last question for you. Just to, if you can just tell us that if you've been part of any of the previous webinars, please. That's the last question from us. And with this, we'd like to thank you everyone for attending today's session. Really, really appreciate for your time. Okay, we'll be closing this poll as well. Yeah, and that's it. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. And once again, thank you.